Greetings, friends, on this Monday morning as we meet the marketplace and get ready for a holiday celebration. And today I'd like to visit with you just briefly about what to do when you didn't expect to live this long. That's my story today. Greetings, friends, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stan, and I've been away for about 7 days, which for an old radio guy is quite a sabbatical of speaking and talking. And yes, you saw the topic. What do you do, or what should you think about, when you didn't expect to live this long? And I am in many ways, that very delightful time of encore decision making. Yes, I didn't expect to live this long. With the cancer diagnosis of about 7 to 8 years ago, there's a very good chance that that should have been the end of the line. Also, I do not come from a family that has a history of longevity. In fact, it's very much just the opposite. And I remember a number of years ago, yeah, when the columnist George Will was talking about his 70th birthday, and he said something that struck me even before I was 70, which was some time ago. He said, if the good Lord gives us 70 years, that means after that we are in Las Vegas style playing on the house. Well, I have been privileged to play on the house for some time. And it's true, I really didn't expect to live this long. I was fully prepared not to. And I was also fully prepared to try and do something that would outlive me. That was very important to me. I very much remember the man who said to me, and he said, Stan, if you truly have a passion and a calling, uh, it will be something you cannot achieve in one lifetime. And of course, that led me to a view that perhaps part of what all of us should be about is not only in living our lives to our best, but to make sure that we are leaving a legacy. And part of that legacy is we are leaving a way for others who are younger, maybe much younger, who could carry on some of the things that we have done that might be worthwhile. Well, so what happened is that my wife said to me after she returned from a time in New York City taking care of our grandson and our daughter, helping them through some challenges in life. And she said, you know what? We didn't celebrate big time last year. So we're going to the shore. And in our 4 years of North Carolina, we have fallen deeply in love with the state of North Carolina, and particularly with the Outer Banks, where within a couple of hours we can be on the seashore. We spent over 5 years living in the Southern Caribbean doing missionary radio with an organization called Trans World Radio, which was located on the island of Bonaire, one of the top scuba diving places in the world. And I got a chance to do that, but we had the opportunity to live right on the seashore. And ever since then, we as a family have fallen in love with the sea. So we went and we had a good time. And as I promised her, she said, uh, you can bring your phone, but no computer. We're not going to do any work. We're not going to do any radio programs. We are going to enjoy a birthday vacation. And that's exactly what we did. However, like everything else, when you are a broadcaster, we were enjoying our time and vacation. And we went into a nice little bookstore in the town of Pine Knoll Shores on the Emerald Isle, Outer Banks. And I walked into the bookstore and looked around, and all of a sudden I found a book. And I said, oh my goodness, that might be interesting. Now, remember, when you're a broadcaster, everything you see becomes, well, I wonder if that would be a good radio program. And what I discovered is that right near where I was at right then, there was actually some significant World War II battles. That's right, battles. You've heard of Pearl Harbor and the battle that we fought there. Uh, However, there were some World War II battles fought right on the North Carolina shores. So I picked up that book, which I'll probably talk about at a later time, but that was part of my reading, and I enjoyed just taking time to enjoy walking along the seashore and thinking and praying and just letting my mind be at rest. It was great. It was wonderful. And I have to do it more often. But what I would like to share with you is this little bit of a reminder. All of us need at some time to ask the question, how do you want to be remembered? We will. We have certainly been blessed. We have certainly been given an encore opportunity. And by the way, we're going to continue to talk about that. But I have a number of things that I still want to do and a number of people I would still like to help and care for. And so I was thinking of some of the best ways to do just that. Realizing that the nice thing about living longer than you expected is that one of the great fears begins to disappear. Ernest Becker, a number of years ago, wrote a book that is a classic, and it was called Denial of Death. And I would really recommend that you read it sometime. I have a friend who says he reads it uh, every year, and that's been for about 35 years. And what Becker, who's quite a character, a philosopher, a thinker, but a character, all right? And what he implied was that once we overcome our fear of dying, most of our other fears will no longer affect us nearly as much. In fact, we might even come to the stage in life where we're really afraid of nothing anymore. And when that happens, there's great spiritual, emotional, and oftentimes physical power in knowing that in many ways you are fearless. I've also been blessed with incredibly good health for a man my age. You know, it really is unusual. And I've done nothing great to do it, just tried to keep my weight down, keep exercising, eating right, um, just doing what I'm supposed to do, nothing extraordinary. But I have been blessed beyond measure. And I really believe that that is providential in some way. So, one of the things I asked myself in these 7 days is once again, as I talked with Karen and we talked about our end game plans. You know, well, remember now, if I go first, this is what I want you to do. No big deal. uh, and you'll be fine. And you do what you want to do. And by the way, if you go first, remember that I will downsize immediately and probably find my way somewhere between Arizona and Carolina, and probably see if I can still do a radio program or a TV program from time to time. But I will perhaps be looking forward to our eternal reunion. I will miss you. I will miss you. But I'll be okay, and you'll be okay. So that's where I am at. And as I go forward in this 4th of July weekend, and many people are using this as kind of a, freedom celebration. And I think that's good. The United States is celebrating their freedom. Now, there'll be people who are celebrate it in different ways. And obviously, there's a certain constituency who will say, well, we don't really have that. All kinds of political and some nonsense opinions will be expressed about the 250th birthday, the celebration of the United States of America. Freedom. But freedom is what we were made for. Responsible, charitable, generous, transforming freedom. And so maybe this is a good time, certainly to celebrate and certainly to enjoy family and friends and good times. But it also perhaps is a good time to, in the midst of the celebration, to just quiet our minds, quiet our spirits, and seek to find ways of touching our heart with some things that will truly help us live well, live long, and prosper. That's my thoughts for this Monday. Had a wonderful week of birthday celebrations. I have truly lived longer than I have expected, and I'm hoping that in some ways I can be a significant blessing to others in whatever time is left to me. And I would pray and ask the same thing for you. I would love to hear from you. We still are very active in helping people build a business. The Jesus Entrepreneur Collective, the Christian Entrepreneur Network, how to be a Jesus broadcaster. I've spent now almost a half century being a broadcaster. I can help you do radio and TV programs. I can do all of that for your business. We're trying very much after 40 years of business performance coaching. We've got a variety of ways that we can help you and your business, uh, survive, live long, and prosper. We are one of the key persons who has invented the podcasting phenomenon and what was called performance marketing. And we're very much now asking the question, how can we live transformed lives? Not just lives with changes from here and there. That can be good enough. But what would it mean to actually be a person who has been transformed, fully changed, very different, unique? One of the 3% of the population who know with as much decency and frequency and hopefully hope, uh, how do you want to be remembered? What do you hope to accomplish? How do you want to leave? How do you want to make sure you don't leave any mess around? How do you make a difference? How do you make a mark? How do you do that? So if we could help you do that, I think we can. Please reach out to me at stan@witradio.net, stan@witradio.net. I'm back on the radio. I'm back on the video. I'll be right here, uh, behind the microphone, in front of the cameras, and we're here to help you make your life long, long as it can be, as good as it can be, maybe even better than you thought it could be, to truly live life fully, fully alive. And there's all kinds of ways that we can do that, and perhaps we can help you and others do that too. Take care. Till next time, we'll be back. We live certainly day by day, but if we're blessed with another day, or two, or three, or many more, we'll be back right here. Love to hear from you. How can we help you? Blessings on you. And as you may enjoy, if you're in the United States or parts celebrating the holiday weekend, please do so safely and positively and frugally. Uh, enjoy the time. And again, how can you be fully alive and fully free and live well? And bye for now.